Good afternoon, everyone. Today we shall discuss about trends in population growth in the world. Now I shall present my screen. Trends in population growth of the world. I remember we have been learning this chapter 1, the world population distribution, density and growth. And so let us start. Before we start, we may see a graph here. So this graph shows top 5 most populous countries of the world. So here the red color shows China. So this graph, red one, this red line shows for China. The gray one, this is for India. Then the blue one is for the USA, and dark red is for Indonesia, and the greenish one, this is for Brazil. See the trend of growth. See both India and China continuously rising. Population is continuously rising, but for the other countries it is rising, but it is steadily. See, it is rising, but not much as compared to those of China and India. This is from 1955 to 2010. The year is from 1955 to this up to 2010. Here. So let us read. The population of the earth is more than 7 billion, and it has grown to this size over centuries. The world population has grown over centuries. So in the early periods, the population of the world grew very slowly. The population of the world grew very slowly in the early periods, and it is only during the last few hundred years that the population has increased at an alarming rate. Means there is rapid increase in the population. So figure number 2.2 tells the story of population growth, that is trends in the population growth of the world. History of population growth. So here, after the evolution and introduction of agriculture about 12,000 to 8,000 years ago, the size of population was small, roughly 8 million. And figure number this 2.2 is here. And so as mentioned in the book, as mentioned here, between 12,000 to 8,000 years ago, the size of population was very, very small, roughly this 8 million. Roughly 8 million. See here. See, population during this time, between 12,000 to 8,000 years before present, population of the world was only this 8 million. So in the 1st century AD, that is after the birth of Jesus Christ, it was below 300 million. In the 1st century AD, that is in the year of Lord, here. This is 1st century AD, birth of Christ. So during this time, that is in the first century AD, the population of the world was below 300 million, that is 0.25 billion. Okay, we know that this 1 billion is equal to 1000 million. So population okay, in the first century AD was less than 300 million, means 0.25 billion. Okay, 0.25 billion. So this is for the first century AD in the year of Lord. And the expanding world trade during the 16th and the 17th century set the stage for the rapid population growth. Okay, expansion of the world trade during the 16th and the 17th century set the stage for the population growth. Just see here, 16th and the 17th century. Okay, here during this time, trade, okay, exploration, colonization, and so trade is expanded during this period, and that is why, so it sets a stage. Okay, it's just it sets a stage here to increase the population. Okay, I see here expanding world trade during the 16th 17th century set the stage for rapid population growth. Means provided the condition, the favorable condition for the rapid population growth. Around 1750, okay, at the dawn of industrial revolution, the world population was 550. At the beginning of the industrial revolution, okay, at the dawn of the industrial revolution, around 1750, just here, 1750 is here. Okay, just 1750 is here. Okay, this is 1750. So here, industrial revolution. Okay, so at the dawn of this 1750, I mean at the dawn of industrial revolution, around 1750. Okay, at the dawn of industrial revolution, around 750. Okay, the world population was 550 million. Just at the beginning of industrial revolution, the world population was 550 million, and the world population exploded. Okay, the world population exploded in the 18th century after the industrial revolution. So immediately after the industrial revolution, the world population exploded. Just see the graph here. Just from this point onwards, okay, from this point onwards, just see here, from this point onward, the population, see the graph, there is sudden rising of the graph. Okay, so here at this particular point, that is after the industrial revolution, the population of the world has been exploded. Okay, just see the trend. Okay, just see the trend, the graph is rising suddenly. So it was immediately after the industrial revolution. Why immediately after the industrial revolution there was a rapid population increase, or why there was population explosion? The reason is given here. Technological advancement achieved so far helped in the reduction of death rate and provided a stage for accelerated population growth. Okay, we know that when the death rate is declined, then there will be increase in the population. Okay, if the birth rate remains the same, if birth rate remains high, at the same time if the death rate is reduced, then we will get a rapid increase in the population growth. So the decline in the death rate is due to the technological advancement. Okay, due to the technological advancement as given here. Due to the technological advancement, say here, like improvement in the transportation, then improvement in the sanitation and the medical facilities, okay, then biotechnology, then this information and computers. Because of all this technological revolution, okay, the world population has been exploded after the industrial revolution. So how science and technology help this population growth is mentioned here in the box. Okay, here it is mentioned in the box. So this is the figure number 2.2 that we have already discussed. Then here in the box, how science and technology help population growth is mentioned. So let us read. Steam engine replace human and animal energy and also provided this mechanized energy of water and wind, and this increase agricultural and industrial production because of the steam engine. Okay, so agricultural and industrial production increase because steam engine provided mechanized energy. And one more thing, inoculation against epidemics and the other communicable diseases, then improvement in medical facilities and sanitation as mentioned in the graph, okay, contributed to rapid decline in the death rate throughout the world. So due to the improvement in the medical facilities and in the sanitation facilities and inoculation against epidemics and communicable diseases, the death rate was declined, and that is why there was rapid increase in the number of population after the Industrial Revolution. And one more information, human population increased more than 10 times in the past 500 years. Okay, human population increased more than 10 times in the past 500 years. And in the 20th century itself, the population has increased 4 times. Okay, in the 20th century here. Here, the population has increased. Just see here, okay. Just see here, the population has increased. How many times? 4 times. Okay. So are you clear? Any question? Boys and girls?
No, sir.
Okay, so let us proceed. Then we have this doubling time of world population. Okay, it took more than 1 million years for human population to attain 1 billion mark. So when we read the graph, it took more than a million years for human population to attain 1 billion. But it took only 12 years for it to rise from 5 billion to 6 billion. To increase the population from 5 billion to 6 billion, okay, it took only 12 years. Just see here, okay. It took only 12 years. Just here, just see, okay, just see. But it took only 12 years to rise it from 5 billion to 6 billion. Just 5 billion is here. Here 5 billion is here. Then the 6 billion is here. And here the difference is only 12 years. Okay. And table number 2.2 carefully shows that doubling time of the world population is reducing first. Okay, so what do you mean by population doubling time? Any idea? So doubling time of population is the time taken, okay, to become the population of a country double. So doubling time is the time taken by a country to become its population double. Okay, say for example, population of a country in the year 1990, for example, is 1 million. Then in the year 2000, the population of that particular country is 2 million. That means the population is double within 10 years. Okay, so 10 years is the population doubling time. As I see, this is a table showing the doubling time of world population. So 10,000 BC, Okay, in the 10,000 BC, population of the world was only 5 million. Then in 1650 AD, population of the world was 500 million. So to make it to become 500 million, okay, it took 1,500 years. Then, and so in the year 1804, the population of the world become double. That is from 500 million to 1,000 million. So to become the world population double, it took 154 years. That means 1804 minus 1650 is 154 years. Okay, the world took 154 years to become its population double. That is from 500 million to 1,000 million. Likewise, in the year 1927, the population of the world was 2,000 million. Okay, and that means to become double, it took 123 years. Then in the year 1974, the world population become 4,000 million. That is only 47 years. That is 1974 minus 1927 is 47 years. The world population in the year 1927 was 2,000 million. Now in the year 1974, the world population become double. That is 4,000 million within 47 years. Okay, and by the year 2025, the world population will become double. That is 8,000 million. That is 8 billion. Okay, within 51 years. So in this way, the doubling time of world population is declining from with time. The doubling time of population was very long, then it is declining. Okay, it becomes 154, 123, 47, and so on, as mentioned in the book. Okay, see here, the doubling time of world population is reducing fast. That means that there is a rapid increase in the population of the world, and that there is a great variation among the regions in doubling their population. Okay, there is a great variation. Spatial variation is there among on the earth surface in doubling their population. Developed countries take more time to double their population. Developed countries, American countries, then European countries take longer time to double their population as compared to the developing countries. Okay, so like India, Bangladesh. Okay, so we take less time to double our population. Most of the population growth is taking place in the developing world, like this Indonesia, then Bangladesh, or Pakistan, India. Okay, where population is exploding. And see here, we have a map. So this map shows about the doubling time of world population, and you'll find in the old edition NCERT textbook, but not in the latest edition one. And although this is an old map, it is also useful. Okay, as I see here, when you see this map, these developed countries like Canada, then USA, then Russia, okay, and these Scandinavian countries, then Western European countries took over 100 years to become their population double. Okay, so developed countries take more time to become their population double, whereas see here, less developed countries like Latin American countries, then African countries. Okay, here we have India, Southeast Asian countries. Okay, so take less time to become their population double. See here, for India, just see here, India and other countries take around 31 to 40 years to become their population double. And see Arabian countries, see here, Arabian countries say take less than 21 years to become their population double. And but nowadays in some Western European countries like Germany, okay, and some other countries, the population is declining, not increasing. So in this way we find a regional variation in the population doubling time. Okay, and you must know that doubling time is longer in the developed countries as compared to the less developing countries. See, Australia also okay, takes a longer time, over 100 years, to become its population double. Are you clear? Any question about population doubling time? Remember, population doubling time is the time taken to become the population of a country double. Okay. Okay, then let us proceed. So the last lesson topic for today is spatial pattern of population change. Okay, that is regional variation in the population growth. Population change, you know, that is a growth. The growth may be positive or negative. That is what we call population change. So let us read. Population growth in different parts of the world can be compared. The growth of population is low in developed countries as compared to developing countries. Okay, so we must know that the growth of population is low. The growth rate of population is low in developed countries. Okay, in the American countries and in the Western European countries as compared to the developing countries like India, China, then Bangladesh, other Asian countries. Okay, and there is negative correlation between economic development and the population growth. There is negative correlation between economic development and the population growth. That means developed economies, okay, developed economies have this low growth rate, whereas underdeveloped or developing economies have higher population growth. Okay, so that means there is negative correlation between economic development and population growth. Although the annual rate of population change, that is population growth, is 1.4%, okay, it seems to be low, but actually it is not so. 1.4%, it seems that it is low, but it is not so. Okay, because see, when a small annual rate is applied to a very large population, it will lead to a large population change. Let me repeat. When a small annual rate is applied to a very large population, to a very large base population, it will lead to a large population change. So now let us see an example. Okay, so we have an example here. So here we have a country A. This is just an example. The population of country A is 250,000 persons, and here the population growth rate of country A is only 1%. The growth rate is only 1%. And here we have another country B, and the population of this country B is 50,000 persons. Okay, the population is less in this case, but the growth rate is 3%. So when we calculate it, see here, 1% of 250,000 is 2,500 persons. Okay, 1% of 250,000 is 2,500 persons. This is for country A. So this is the magnitude of increase for country A. And for the country B, okay, 3% of 50,000. 3% of 50,000 is 1,500 persons. So from this example, we know that although the growth rate is very low, if the base population is big, then the absolute increase in the population will be big. Okay, although the growth rate is very small, if the base population is big, then the number of people added in a year will be very big, as in this case. See here, in the case of country A, the growth rate is only 1%, but the number of people added in a year is 2,500 persons. And for the country B, the population is only 50,000, but the growth rate is 3%, and that is why the number of people added in a year is only 1,500 persons. Okay, so this is the meaning. When a small annual rate is applied to a very large population, it will lead to a large population change. Okay, and another one is that even if the growth rate continues to decline, the total population grow each year, as we discussed earlier. Okay, the infant mortality rate may have increased, as has the death rate during the childbirth. And that is why it is said that although the annual rate of population change is only 1.4%, it seems to be low, but actually it is not so. And the last table, see here, this table shows the growth of population for the year 2010 to 15 over 1990 to 1995. Okay, so let us compare. For the whole world, the growth rate between 1990 to 95 is 1.6%. It is declining. Okay, the growth rate for the year 2010-15 is 1.2%. The growth rate is declining, but since the world population is about 7 billion, the number of people increase in a year is very big. Okay, 1.2% of 7 billion is very big. African continent, okay, has the highest growth rate of population in the world. It was 2.4% in 1990-95. Now it has increased to 2.6% in 2010-15. So European countries, okay, European continent has the lowest growth rate. It was only 0.2% in 1990-95, and it has reduced to 0.1% in the year 2010-15. Likewise, North America, we have 1.4% and reduced to 0.8%. Latin America, South America, and the Caribbean countries, okay, it was 1.47%, reduced to 1.1%. Asia, it was 1.6% in the year 1990-95, declined to 1%. Oceania, that is Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, 1.5 and a 1.5 respectively. Okay, so this is about the growth of the world population. So any question from your side? Are you clear, boys and girls?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let us stop here for today. Thank you very much for joining my class.